Welcome to another episode of the Coffee Conversation Show powered by the Emerging India Forum TIF and our tech partner Prime Infotech Solution. Series is The Emerging Lawyer. Theme is From Courtrooms to Arbitration in the Legal Arena. We have the pleasure of inviting our guest speaker, Ayush Srivastava, a distinguished advocate specializing in arbitration and litigation, a graduate of ICFI University, Dehradun, and Nalsar University, Hyderabad. Ayush has honed his expertise in both domestic and international commercial arbitration. Currently, he is a senior associate at Dentons Link Legal. Ayush has a rich background working on complex cases involving construction, energy, and financial arbitrations. Beyond his legal acumen, Ayush is an avid traveler and a connoisseur of diverse cuisines. So, welcome, Ayush, to today's coffee on a Saturday afternoon.
Thank you so
Uh,
much, sir, for the warm welcome, sir.
okay, because too many things. पढ़ना ही है. Two things caught my attention, which I'll be asking in my conversation on your your journeys and your, because I'm also foodie, so I need to know what type of different cuisines you have uh, tasted over your different journeys. So that will help us in
Correct.
my journey also. Okay, sure. So we have three rounds. Ayush, the professional, personal, and a rapid fire. So if you answer my questions, so you get to win this book, Shaping the Agency Lawyer for Future.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So friends, I'm Lion Amir Virani, host of Coffee Conversation, legal tech evangelist, and author of 13 books. So let's begin. My first question in your professional journey will be, Ayush, what inspired you to pursue a career in arbitration and litigation?
Uh, Sir, so I began my career in 2019. Like I was a graduate of 2018. I went to Pune for working with an MNC there. So there I was working with some tax law of different countries. So it was not involving something which we have learned in our law school for 5 years. So we always studied Indian law, but we were working for foreign countries. So it was that kind of a job which I pretty much I didn't like. So I switched from that place. I came to Delhi and I started with my hardcore journey of litigation. Like every fresher does, like going from chambers to different courts, walking down the lane with very less money, and then eventually we know how to do filings before the different district courts, how to file a PF, how to file a case, how to register a case. So these are the small things which I started with my journey from. Gradually and I started my career with one of the senior advocates, like not designated senior, but she was senior in the profession. So I started my journey with her in her chamber. She was a very prominent person in arbitration law. So obviously she what our schedule used to be look like that we used to go to courts every day in the morning, like from 10:30 to 4:30 we used to go to courts, and from evening we used to attend our arbitrations, like for the evening sessions of the arbitration. So I was getting a mixed bag experience of a litigation and arbitration both. But eventually my inclination towards arbitration was increasing day by day because of the scope that it has, because of the law arbitration has, because of the things that we studied during my experience. Because obviously in law school, arbitration is just a subject. Arbitration is not taught the way arbitration is going on in these days. Like I think that law school should change their curriculum and they should make an arbitration a very important subject in life of a lawyer, of a law student. But gradually with experience also you learn a lot about arbitration. So when I used to work with her, I used to do small arbitration things, small matters like doing admission denial of a document, every small minute details about arbitration. And this is how I was trying to learn what arbitration is all about. And from there, sir, my interest towards this subject started a lot. And then gradually the move which I made, the shifts which I made, the switches from places I went off, I always used to go for an arbitration team only. And this is the third thing that I really want to pursue my career like like anything in the field of arbitration, and I want to be the one of the best arbitration lawyers which this country has ever seen. So this is the love which I have for the subject of arbitration.
Wow. So you should also start teaching, Ayush. I can
I
see.
I would love to. I mean, I have even attended like few guest lectures also in respect of arbitration about how things have changed in arbitration from 1996 Act. What are the differences? from 1940 Act to 1996 Act, and what was the amendment 2019 Act. So, I mean, at times, like people do call me, but
Wow.
it's just at times.
No, no, no. As you're saying, what do you say? Content and experience, there is a vast change. Like when you move from campus to corporate, then you are thrown in the apna ye ke deep sea.
Correct,
So
sir.
what is taught at your shallow, but it's theoretical.
Correct, sir.
That's
Correct.
why Amir Khan ki movie bhi ye Three Idiots mein.
Three Idiots. The correct.
You what are the memories of that movie? Yes, experience has to be
from
brought in. Yeah, bring
from
in
the
different subjects. Sorry, different lawyers from the this yeah, arbitration who are practicing should be brought in. There should be case studies to be discussed and live to be part of where the projects they're working on some cases to put the students on to be part of the team to experience live like it's like yeah, study case that can be at
I'll be very honest with you, sir. Like if I'm sitting here before you as a lawyer, it's just because of my job. I'm telling this very honestly because the experiences which I have got in all the offices where I have worked in and I am working in right now, I mean, it is something which is very something which I can't tell in words because obviously these are something which are not taught in law school, and I'm very sad about it that why it is not taught. Like lawyers, law school should abide by the thing that they should regularly call person who are in this profession to have guest lectures to these law students because we can tell them like what is happening around the world. It's not just about the books. Obviously, you should be very clear, crystal clear about the basics of law, about what you have studied. Everything revolves around the same, like the basic sticks the same, but then eventually there are other external factors also which comes into play when you are pursuing and when you're acting as a lawyer. So these are the things which I eventually we can give them a good guidance. So this is something which I really want to change in legal education system. But other than that, obviously, like once every law fresher steps into the field of running from one court to other, everyone learns.
okay. So let's begin our conversation in two areas. Uh, your experience in litigation, like you said, running from one chamber, one court, filing. Uh, so, how was the experience with your colleagues? How did they support you and the support staff at the court?
So my obviously, I mean, it's like in an office, our culture should be really good because then only you can grow. So obviously, my colleagues are very like when I started my journey, like today also, I'm saying I know nothing. I am still a fresher only, despite of being in this profession for past 6 years. I'm still a fresher because 6 years is nothing. I'm still at the age of learning only. Every day I learn. Every day I go. Every day I get like teaching guidance from my seniors. So obviously, this is also a learning stage for me. But then, yes, when I started like how to see a cause list from a court, this is the basic which I learned. And it's not just about the colleagues. I would say I learned a lot from my court clerks. Like they were the real guidance towards that how to file a case. Like what do you have to fill a format while filing a case in different district courts. Now e-filing has come into the play. But other than that, when pre-COVID era, we used to fill a form before filing a case. So they used to tell us that how you have to fill the form, how to file a PF, like so that at least notice has been issued to the other party. So these are the small things, small minute details which we used to learn from the court clerks. So I used to go around with the clerks, different district courts, like please teach me how to do these small filings. So it's not just about colleagues, it's about everyone who you see after your college in the profession, you learn everything from them. And it just obviously it depends on very good seniors also, like who are supporting you, who are motivating you, who are telling you that these are the basic things which you need to correct in yourself. Like every draft, obviously, if you read it 10 times, you'll find 10 different mistakes. But then eventually, it should be this clean that, yes, at the first go, you should understand what the case is all about. So this is the basic things which I've learned from my colleagues, everything, and which is now I practice in my daily life.
Wow. So from litigation, let's move to different aspects of arbitration. So can you share a significant case involving construction-related arbitration and your learnings from that case?
Uh, so in my 6 years of journey, I won't go long that back. I'll go just a year back for this. So while I was working in Link Legal only, so we had a case like wherein like there was a party. We were for the respondent side, and obviously there was a claimant. They have filed a case, and it was a voluminous case of around like they were asking for 450 crores of a claim. So we had to file our response to the statement of claim that they have prepared, and the time period for filing that SOD, like we call it SOD, was for only 3 weeks. So there was almost 21 volumes of documents which the other side has filed, and every volume contained 500 pages. So we had to read those documents. We had to see what their case is all about. We have to frame a defense to their argument, and then we have to file. But the time period was just 3 weeks. So we have to do everything in those 3 weeks. So this was a construction, and obviously that construction involved a lot of technicalities, like different aspects of construction law, of what facade work is, what pergola work is. Like these are the terms that we use in construction law arbitration while we construct a building as a civil engineer. So this case, I personally feel brought a lot of things. Like I turned from a lawyer to a civil engineer also while because obviously we understood what are the different things. We used to sit with clients and we used to understand what are these terminologies, so that at least we can understand, we can explain it to our seniors, and then obviously we can explain it to the arbitrator involved in that case. So these are the small things of which we learned, but eventually in 3 weeks we were happily filing that SOD, and right now that case is still going on. So let's see how it goes. The struggle is not over, but yeah, that filing of SOD was one of the very good thing which I personally felt like everyone should see, because in arbitrations it's very voluminous. So obviously the time frame construction revolves around a lot of things.
Okay. So from construction, let's go to a case in energy law. So what are different complexity? Sorry, what different complexities are involved in an energy law arbitration?
Um, Sir, so I would, in energy law, I really want to mention a case which changed my entire life of arbitration. When I was working in my second office, so I just joined that office in August, and then eventually in November there came a case in respect of a energy law arbitration. That was in respect of a thermal power plant. So, so we had no clue about what this thermal power plant is. We had to understand like how much moisture does a coal has to burn it up. So this was something which it was coming up for the first time, because their thermal energy was being generated in that power plant, and it was in respect of that arbitration. Like we worked from November till January with no Saturday, no Sunday. We worked from 9 to I don't know what time we used to go back home. And that was an international arbitration. I must point out this, because obviously it involved international arbitrators in that, and there was international witnesses also. One of the party was an international party, so it was an international arbitration. So obviously there were witnesses which came into play who were as foreigners. So obviously we had to go through the entire pleadings. We had to go through entire cross examination of those arbitrations. We were filing an appeal to that award basically. So in that we cross-examined foreign witnesses, and I mean we were just going through the point like there's a witness of foreign, like a foreign expert of thermal power. We are cross-examining him to make him understand what his case is, and to ask questions so that at least we can understand what his case is. So this was an experience like framing of questions, like what we have to ask him, because obviously we can't ask stupid questions also from him, because he's a foreign expert, he's giving his time to us. So we should be very particular about what knowledge we want from him to make our defense. And in that case, we worked very hard. We cross-examined almost 3, 4 arbitrators, not cross-examined, but we were like in a call with almost 3, 4 foreign witnesses. And then that experience came out to be like super like good for me, because obviously then we prepared our case. And trust me, sir, the party which we were representing, they said that this case can like never be drafted this well for the entire team. It was not just me, there were 5 other people also who were working in that team. And they were super proud of what we were doing in that case. And eventually, right now, what I have heard is also, because I've left this office, but what I've heard is that we won that appeal also. So So this is something which we really appreciate about the thing. And energy law, obviously, sir, there are different aspects of it that I said that how much coal moisture should be there in a power plant to burn it up. This is also a thing like we have to study. Then there were coal belts which are involved in that. So every arbitration has their own technicalities which we have to learn when we are dealing with that matter. So these are the things that we turn out to be an engineer also while doing arbitration matter.
So I'm seeing you have become an engineer, a sort of a lawyer engineer. We should
No,
call you now.
without a degree.
Yes. So we listen to now two cases of energy and construction. So what other areas of arbitration have you worked in your 6 years journey?
So these are the major league, like the major head umbrella is construction arbitration. Under construction arbitration, obviously there comes different arbitrations which we deal with, like for example, construction of a road arbitration, construction of a railway, like metro arbitration. Then we do to thermal power plant arbitration. Then we do a renewable sector arbitration, like for example, construction like of a solar energy arbitrations. So these are the different angles which are under the head of construction arbitration only, and we deal with different kind of arbitrations in this respect. So I'm touchwood. My life is been this good, like that I have worked across different areas of road arbitration, metro arbitration, port arbitrations, energy arbitrations, and then obviously normal construction building arbitration. So these we deal, and it's not just about just like going for a claimant side. We have also been a part of respondent side also to defend the case for a person, because obviously claimant side is bit heavy on the other side. So defending a case is also something which is very important. Like you should also know what are the laws from both the sides. So this is something, the experience which I've gained in this field of 6 years. Sir.
Wow. So now you're saying about the claim management. So what can you explain the process which is followed for claim management in an arbitration case?
So, sir, in an arbitration case, when we come down to claims, so obviously there are few claims. Like for example, I'll give you one of the case is claim of a prolongation claim. So, prolongation claim is basically when a party is spending a lot more years what was initially scheduled, like for different delays which has happened from both the sides. Obviously, if a party has to complete a building by 5 years, but irrespective of the delays and there are unforeseen circumstances, he completed that building in 10 years. So obviously the last 5 years, he has prolonged that project. So in those prolongations, there are different claims which comes into the play, like for claim for a manpower salary, claim for site office, claim for head office. So these are the different claims which come into play, which a claimant obviously seeks from the defense side. So in those claims, obviously the claim management things comes into play, like how, like for example, if we take narrowing it down to more, like if we say manpower claim. So obviously we see like who were the persons who were given salary for that particular project. Were they actually employed in that time? Or is it like just you are making an exaggerated claim for it? So obviously we then tend to see the salary reports, attendance registers, and then we have to thoroughly prepare an Excel sheet about who are the employees, what are their attendances, what were their salary which they have taken from the employer side, and then eventually make a claim. So this is one of the example which I'm giving for it. It completely depends, like documents differ from different claims, but this is one of the example which I'm telling that how we go about these claims.
Beautifully explained. So now my next question will be, what are the preparatory steps your team takes when an arbitration case comes to your firm?
So sir, in that area, I would suggest, my process revolves around is like when a case comes into our play, what we do is we obviously take a link of the bunch documents which we can get from the client. Our first step is to segregate those documents. Segregate documents, obviously, because arbitration comes down in the play of like almost 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. So obviously we have a bunch of documents which are like correspondences which are exchanged between the parties for all these 5, 10, 15 years. So what we do is we first segregate those documents into year-wise documents, like for 25 to 2010, 2011, 2012. Then in those 2010, we divide it into month-wise also. like January, Feb, March, May, everything. And then we put those documents in that folder. Once we have that entire segregation done, then we start preparing the list of dates. And then every date, because obviously you have the entire folder year-wise and month-wise segregated. So obviously you go one by one, one by one. So your chronology is prepared. So then once you have the entire list of dates of all the documents, then you go as per the claims. Obviously, you understand what the case is. Then what are the claims that you are expecting out of that arbitration? In those claims, we get the topics. So from those topics, we pick and choose those letters so that at least we can build a case for ourselves. And then obviously those cases are turned into an issue-wise case. And then we prepare issue-wise documents. And then those issue-wise cases are turned into claims. Like they are drafted in the form of claims. And this is how an SOC is prepared.
Wow. So it's like an investigation journalism. Yesterday I was watching this movie, Tapsi ka. फिर आइए हसीना दिलरुबा, where Jimmy Shergill on this whiteboard is preparing his ये कि भाई pictures, everything, case कहाँ से start हुआ, everything, he was making marks. So it's like you will also
I mean, so jokes apart, sir, arbitration are really voluminous. Like the arbitration example which I gave, which was one of the most 21 volumes. The other side filed, we filed 27 volumes, and every volume has 500 pages. So you are. It is so voluminous that you have no clue how to handle those pages, how to handle those letters, how to handle, because it's stretching around 10 years for a construction. So 10 years is huge. Every day, any party issue a correspondence, a letter blaming the other side. So you have to understand the entire story. So this is very voluminous, and in case, I mean, like a reading should be like super fast when it comes down to play. Obviously, we as an arbitration lawyers, I personally feel that I have learned this skill of how to read a document very fast, how to read the contract very fast, so that at least you should not spend time in reading a contract. You should know which are the relevant clauses to your case, and you should mark it those, so that at least when any senior asks you, you are ready with those clauses, and you are well aware about what are your obligations towards the other side. So these are the practices which we adopt when a case comes to us, and then it is how it is come before an arbitrator.
One more, what do you say, you can add to your career is becoming a speed reader professional, trainer.
I'm very happy with arbitration, sir. I want to be the best arbitration law of the country. This
Even
is
the way you are explaining it, but see, students, there are speed reading sessions, there are trainers specialized in this field. They teach you how to finish a book in 20 minutes, because MBA students are going reading too many books, and you have volume books also. Iske habit only reading da. They attend the sessions and they get to know how can finish, and you get the gist of it. So related I was
and on a lighter note, sir, I can't read a novel of 100 pages in a month. This is how I am. But right now I'm dealing with these kind of things. So I know what I have to read, and I can read it super fast, but I can't read a novel also in a month also of 100 pages. This is how
it happens. So divine has given you different set of reading.
correct. So this is the point which I want to point out, because I'm this focused on the what I have to read. I can't read a novel also. So I don't have a reading habit. I'm saying this on like everything. Like I don't have a reading habit that I read novels every day. Like people do. And I really want to adapt that practice of reading a novel at least 3-4 pages, so that at least that can make you learn, also grow in life. But I can't do that. I love sleeping. But it's like these documents are something which I have to read, so I have to do it.
So if you want to inculcate this reading, there are now reading clubs are there.
Okay.
All over India. I'm a part of 2-3 reading clubs where they go to parks or places, sit in silence, and you carry a book, read. I've attended NCPMA events, National Center for Performing Arts. It's a part of Apna Tata Group. They've started organizing these kind of events where they in the art galleries, in musical program. So you go read, and then having this a cultural exchange. I went and listened to, what do you say, gramophone music. Nice, so with reading, you are exploring other things. So there, are things where you can reading can be become helpful.
Definitely, sir. After this session, sir, I will definitely asking you about any further event which is coming up in Delhi, so that at least we
I'm from
can.
Mumbai. I'm from Mumbai, but Delhi अभी चलेगा तो I'll definitely
Yeah, you just let me know,
this
sir,
is
in case if
happening.
anything is happening in Delhi NCR, sir, obviously, and
They
so
are they are they are being अपना ये भी uh, surely this reading clubs are happening all over India.
okay,
अपना ये
okay,
रहता ही है अपना
okay,
there will be Instagram handles also by the name of book reads.
okay, okay.
So something which I can I'll share with you.
No, yeah.
So
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for this
okay.
thing.
So now okay. Uh, so from the legal world, who has sorry, whom do you follow has inspired you?
It's a very big statement which I'm going to make right now, sir. But I don't know, like every arbitration lawyer, every arbitration enthusiast know his name. His name is Mr. Gary Bond. So he is someone who is known to be the creator of arbitration. I have read his judgments. I have read his argumentative skills. I have read his articles. And I really want, on a very serious note, to be the Gary Bond of India. So this is how much I love arbitration as a subject. So he is one of the person who has like really inspired me. Honestly speaking, sir, down the lane, after 3, 4 years of experience, also I had no clue about who Mr. Bond was. Because obviously we were like just normal fresher who just graduated from college, have no clue about what we have to do in our life. And we were just working. We were just working. But then eventually when I made a switch towards the arbitration as a subject, sir, then obviously I started knowing people. Like in India also we have a lot of people, but obviously when arbitration is one subject and the real interest of arbitration developed, like this is not something which is limited to India only. We do international arbitrations as well. So it has a wider scope. So this when I went global about our researching about arbitration, then I came across this person. And so the way, I mean, I spent almost like weeks, 2 weeks reading his articles and everything. And the way he has adopted life, how he has created arbitration, he is known to be the father of arbitration law. So from there, I developed this thing, and then this is arbitration is in my heart. So now today also I can say this like down the lane after 10 years, if a person asks that in India, like who is the arbitration lawyer, I want to be that person's name.
Wow. So you have a role model, and it will happen.
Yeah, I mean, so every day I take one step, like going towards it.
Good, good, good. So now, from litigation arbitration, you have graduated to dispute resolution. So tell us something about uh, this area of dispute resolution in your work.
I mean, so dispute resolution is just an umbrella, I would say. I mean, litigation, arbitration are part of dispute resolution. This is the terminology which is used in a law firm, like to divide the teams. So dispute resolution is a team which is like who is doing arbitration, litigation. Litigation involves obviously different areas of corporate practice like company law, IBC. Then there are criminal litigations, civil litigations. So these all come under the umbrella of dispute resolution only. So dispute resolution is basically if you are resolving any dispute, and this is how dispute resolution word has come up. So obviously in arbitration also we resolve the dispute which is out of court settlement. In litigation we do it inside the court settlement. So this is how dispute resolution is. So we do litigation and arbitration are part of dispute resolution. So there's nothing different from what we do every day.
So now, in an arbitration, a lot of research is involved. So how do you go about in your research work?
So I mean, in arbitration, one thing which I've learned is because it is so voluminous. So one of the advice which I want to give to any person who really want to pursue arbitration as a subject is like you should be very thorough with the subject matter. Like there are different issues which are involved in one arbitration. So for every issue, you should be very crystal clear about what you have, what are the documents, what is the story, and how you are framing a claim or a defense for that. So once you have a line of story and once you know what your case is all about, then obviously you start preparing the propositions for the research as well. So obviously then down the lane research starts. So research is normal what we do like for a litigation matter as well. But it's just the actions that we take before doing conducting a research, because research is very vague if we start just doing researching. We have no clue what the matter is all about. We have no clue about what the proposition is all about. So to get that to that proposition and to start researching, we need to do this exercise before doing anything. So this is how it comes into play of understanding your documents first. Like reading is, again, I would say reading is the Bible of arbitration, and not just arbitration. It's in litigation as well. But in every place, reading is a Bible. But it's just like in arbitration, you require a little extra effort for it.
Wow. Beautifully explained. Now we go to the next round, understanding Ayush as a person. So Ayush, tell us about your family and your formative years.
Sir, so I belong to Kanpur. I'm not from Delhi. So I belong to Kanpur. I did my schooling from Kanpur only till 12. My parents are government officers, so they are working in the government sector. So obviously, as a government family, there was always a pressure of, bringing up, doing a government job and then doing everything. Also, I'm a first generation lawyer of my family, so there are no one person in my entire paternal side or maternal side who I can say, oh, please see, he is a lawyer. So there's no one. So I don't know how I landed up in law also, because honestly speaking, like this is the forum which I'm speaking. So I just want to say, like, I have a very bad mathematics. I have a phobia of maths. So obviously, when I did my 12th, I did it from science background. So I'm not from commerce background as well. I did it from science background. I did my engine. I mean, obviously, every person has in when I was doing like in 2011, 2012, then that at that time era of engineering was going on. Every other person was doing engineering at that time. So we were going through the science background only. But eventually, when I gave my board exam, I eventually decided that my maths is very bad. I can't pursue engineering because this is something I'll fail. So I took a switch to subjects where math is not involved, and and law was one of those. So this is how I landed up in law with no clue about what law is and with no clue about how my future will hold in law. But then eventually my law school was really good. I did it from Dehradun. So it was very beautiful, obviously sitting between the such a beautiful environment and then studying in a very silent environment. Dehradun is known for its education and everything. So we used to do everything. Weekend plans to Rishikesh, Masuri, Chakrata. These are the plans that we used to have. So it was a good fun, like going into the mountains, like we call it that mountains are calling. So we also used to do that. So it was good fun in 5 years of me along with my 8 other roommates. It was very beautiful staying with them. We used to stay in a 4 BHK flat with every room has two people. So it was very beautiful staying with them, like memories which are like something which I can never forget in my life. So after that, I went to like Pune, and then from Pune I came to Pune. I graduated in 2018. Then I went to Pune. Pune, I spent a job for almost 6 months when I didn't like the foreign law work, because I am an Indian person, so I wanted to do Indian law. So I took a switch from Pune, and obviously because of the local language barrier, I couldn't survive litigation in Pune. So I came back to my home place of Delhi, because obviously in Kanpur there are things like I can't practice in my hometown because of the language again, because there is every work is revolving around Hindi work. So in Hindi we are fine with Hindi, but obviously there are some things which terminologies in Hindi which we are not very much well versed about other education. So obviously, and Delhi has a lot of exposure with seven district courts and high court, Supreme Court, different tribunals, appellate tribunals, arbitration, big clients here, everything. The scope was very wide. So I decided to take a switch from Pune to Delhi. Since when I came to Delhi in 2018, and since then I'm in Delhi only from past 6 years. Every
Wow.
day going to office, struggling every day, learning every day, and this is the hustle which is going on continuously because of like you have to make a name, sir. So you have to be giving effort, everything. So that
Yeah.
is it.
So what have you explored in Delhi in your 6 years?
Uh, in Delhi, sir, I like Delhi ka district. I'm saying I like Delhi ka street food. So
Hmm.
street food of Delhi, like chole bhature. I mean, you are from Bombay, so obviously you must have come to Delhi. You must have eaten
Yeah,
Delhi
yeah,
ka
I have
chole bhature.
visited. Yeah, I've been to
So
Delhi.
it's not
So
just
tell me
about
about your experience to places and your discoveries of Delhi places and food.
So honestly speaking, I mean, obviously everyone knows big short names of restaurants that everyone goes to. So I won't say big short names, but yes, I can say like different small street foods like everyone must visit is like Amar Colony ke momos. Then then there is one Hanuman Mandir. Uske, there is a Litti Chokha wala there in case if anyone wants a Litti Chokha. So that is a place. Then obviously, in case if you want to have dosa, then we have Karnataka Cafe here in Delhi, which is very good, very delicious food there we get. And then eventually, obviously Chinese, we have different restaurants. Like we have obviously burgos and everything is common places. But then obviously there was one chain which I really wanted to go in Dehradun, and we used to go in Dehradun, Kalsang, which is now in Delhi also. So I was very happy when it opened its branch in Delhi. So everyone should go to Kalsang also to try that authentic Chinese, which I would say. So I'm a vegetarian, sir. So I mean, no matter like keeping aside that I'm a big time foodie, but I'm also a vegetarian. So that is something which these small things are also like Golgappas of Delhi, and then
Yeah.
obviously like the chaat of Delhi. You get everything. Like I when any person comes to Delhi of mine own, I ask them what do you want to eat. I don't tell them restaurants. I tell what do you want to eat. Once they tell me that what do you want to eat, then I take them to the restaurant because obviously every restaurant has this speciality. So it
Yes.
completely depends on the person what they want to eat. Like in case, obviously in Meetha, if you want to have ghevar, so Bengali market mein there's a very beautiful place where ghavars are served. And I mean, there are places like for Meetha, for spicy, for kadwa, everything you get a mixed bag in Delhi. So that is the food structure which I really follow.
So any one of my friends are coming, I'll guide them to you because
100%, sir. Like in case if they want to eat veggie,
street food is awesome.
street food is
My
awesome.
journey having Litti Chokka experience in Delhi.
Yeah. And
And
Litti Chokha is not from Delhi also, so it's from
uh,
Bihar. But
yeah, yeah,
then,
I know from
but
Bihar.
that, but
The
that
way they
one,
make it on that अपना वो ये क्या बोलते हैं जाली वाले पे उसको
correct, correct, correct,
that
correct. But
gravy
yeah,
कांदे के साथ में then अपना ये green
chutney,
chutney.
green chutney,
Same thing I
spice.
had in Mumbai in two places. I was fortunate. I saw that Litti Chokha. Wow, the taste is unique and yes, it's awesome.
I mean, sir, these are the
Spicy
very,
also.
very staple food, I would say. I mean, obviously, you can't eat every day. But yes, whenever you want to eat, sir, I mean, there are places which I've decided that this one fellow I'm talking about who sits just next to Hanuman Mandir and CP, very famous Prachin Hanuman Mandir, he just sits outside that. And so the kind of litti choka he serves, I mean, oh my God, my office is in CP, like near to CP, it's in ITO. And like whenever we want to go out for lunch to eat litti chokha, we directly head to him and then we have those things. So you get a lot of variety in you have Jan Chawal wala where you get a lot of good rice and along with chole, rajma, paneer, whatever you want to eat. So obviously in case of vegetarian food, I can be a very good advice.
That
Because
I
because it's like sir, we go on a trail also. Like for example, after office, we go to Chandni Chowk Trail. So Chandni Chowk Trail is like obviously everyone knows Natraj ki chaat, but it might be possible that people don't like Natraj ki chaat. There are various other non-named chaat vendors in different streets of Chandni Chowk. Jahan pe if you go and eat, you'll find a very good taste. And this is what we explore. We go in different streets and then we try wahan ki
give one
cheezein.
suggestion.
Yeah.
Uh, go for walk tours, food walk tours.
Okay.
I've been to a couple of in Mumbai, and then you start your own walk tours, food walk
Okay.
tours.
Okay.
That way you have explained, yeah, here,
Ah.
you can make your plan, and your friends will be very happy to come with you.
I mean, sir, I do these things because obviously when any person comes from Chandni Chowk, like Chandni Chowk example, if we take, so I take out to my friends, I tell them कि यहाँ का समोसा खाओ, यहाँ की कचौड़ी खाओ, यहाँ because and then यहाँ की जलेबी खाओ and यहाँ की चाट खाओ and then यहाँ की आलू चाट खाओ. So there are 4-5 spots that I take to them and everything is so delicious, sir. I can't tell you. So these are the trails that we explore after office, like, and then this is how we enjoy our life also.
Yes. So your stress busters you have, and your
Yeah.
friends
I
will
mean,
be very
food,
happy.
Food is
Food is a
something,
common
sir.
binding factor among you all, and food
Yeah.
is for everyone. कि,
Hmm.
ये रहता है. For some food, others के लिए ये है. So now, another food discussion. In your bucket list for visiting a new place, which one do you want to visit in 2024?
In 2024, I think, sir, I won't be able to visit because of the budget constraint. But yes, in I have places in my mind like I want to see Northern Lights. This is something which I really want to go. And then in 2024, if you want in India, I can go to Meghalaya. I really want to explore Meghalaya because obviously because my father is a government officer, so he had a transferable job. And then my mama ji is also he is also into army, so he also had a transferable job. So I would say because of my family, because of they being in government job and because of their transfer, I have almost explored India. Like like my father was posted in southern side of the country, so we visited Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Karnataka, every place. My mama was posted in Rajasthan side, so we visited the entire Rajasthan, Gujarat area. Then my mama was also posted in Assam and Mizoram, so we went to northeast sides of the country also. Then my father was posted in Karnataka, so we visited Goa, Mumbai, Maharashtra side. And then I was also based in Bombay, Pune, so it was like Maharashtra. I've explored this way. Then obviously I was from Dehradun, so we explored Himachal, Uttarakhand side. And then my mama was posted in Ladakh, so we visited Leh Ladakh also. So I mean, because of them, I have almost covered like entire India. And obviously it's a different treks which I have recently developed my habit of going on a weekend getaways. Like if we get a long weekend, so obviously we take these tour packages which are going on from Delhi to different places. So I go to different treks like I visited my Triun trek, then I visited Tungna trek. So these are the treks which are done in northern part of the country. Obviously Bombay, Maharashtra is also famous for its treks, but these are the treks which are done in northern side of Uttarakhand and Himachal. So I've done those treks. I started doing solo treks also. But then I realized that solo is not a thing for me because I need a company. Otherwise, I'll get bored. So my solo trips plan is now over. I eventually asked 100 people, out of which one or two turned out to be in for that plan. And then eventually, this is how my weekends are. Sorted. So, sir, in India, I have done almost all these places. I want to visit Meghalaya once. But yeah, if you ask me abroad, then I recently visited Vietnam also. It was a very beautiful experience, like something which I have never seen in my life. And obviously I will never see in India also because there are few places, like two places because I want to mention here also. Have you been to Vietnam, sir?
No.
Okay. So there are two places in Vietnam. One is Halong Bay. Halong Bay is like okay, normal place. Like you go, there's a big sea and then there are mountains and everything. That's fine. But there's one city I would suggest everyone who is going to Vietnam. Their city's name is Da Nang. And so that city is like if you are standing in a circle and you walk 15 minutes away, like left, you'll reach mountains. Mountains like Uttarakhand type mountains. You and then in the city center you are crossing a river. And then if you take 15 minutes to ride, you'll reach a beach. So in one city, you get beaches, mountains, and river, all three. Such a peaceful city. Everyone should go and spend their 3, 4 days in Danang. It's such a peaceful place. Like go for a leisure time, relaxing time, and you'll find a very beautiful experience. So this is something which I really experienced while traveling. So traveling is not just about traveling. Traveling is also about making experiences and learning out of things. So
Yes.
how to manage the foreign currency, how to manage your passport. These are the how to manage your visa. These are the small things which like obviously if you are a frequent traveler, so you know these things. But in case if you are beginning with these things, so these are the learnings which I personally learned. So yeah, this was a beautiful experience. So this is how I love travel also, sir.
Wow. Now, you must have built a lot of friends over the years. So how do you keep in touch with them and plan out, like you said, where you go for trekking, principally food. So how do you manage a different set of friends?
Yeah, obviously, sir. I have my college friends also. Like we were staying 8 people together, so we are in a very good touch. Obviously in different offices where I have switched, I have found different very good people. So there are different categories of people I have met. Uh, and sir, honestly speaking, like whosoever is in the city, I genuinely am one kind of person who is very like, I'll ask everyone, like whosoever wants to be in, I am ready for it. So I went to Vietnam with my school friend. I went to trek with my office colleague. I went to like Goa with my college people. So it's like it completely depends on like who is ready for what plan and I'm in. So this is how I love traveling. So coordination between them is pretty much easy because everyone obviously we are in that age of our life. Some are married, some are not married. So everyone has to see their own different life as well. So whosoever gets time, so we are pretty much on with the plan that we can make and execute. Obviously, I am also not that readily available now because obviously of the personal things and everything, whatever is going on. But yes, I mean, our attempt and our try always remains the same.
Wow, that's very good. Now, my last question. Describe Ayush in one line.
Difficult one, sir. But I would just say that Ayush is a very practical person, very humble, very practical. Any person who is watching this podcast, in case if you any time you have any problem in respect of litigation or arbitration law per se, if I would say, I am always ready to help for all the collaborations, for any guidance, for anything which you see. Because Ayush always loves to do what he really loves, and he will give his 100% to what he really loves, no matter it's personal life or personal life. So both lives are like Ayush is very focused, very to the point, very precise, and very silent person. Sir.
Wow. Okay. Now let's go to the fun round, the rapid fire round.
I'm
Uh,
afraid. I'm afraid.
your favorite cuisine to start with?
North Indian, sir.
Which
Ah,
one?
paneer, kadai paneer and butter naan.
Okay. And from the your favorite sweet dish?
Ghevar, sir. Ghevar. Ghevar and gajar ka halwa.
Okay.
Both are
Uh,
winter dishes, although, but still, I love.
okay. Your favorite song?
Songs, sir, I'm a very old school person, so I would say like I really like 90s songs, like old songs, like which were like during my time. So obviously like obviously I like Kishore Kumar songs also. So like Mere Samne Wali Khidki Mein. These are the beautiful songs which I personally love. So 90s and old school songs I really love.
Okay. Your favorite sport?
Sports, sir, I like cricket. I also like playing table tennis and basketball. But yes, if you see watching, I would say only cricket, sir.
Okay. Favorite trekking place which you will recommend?
Favorite, sorry, sir.
Sorry, a trekking place in
Acha.
North India which you will recommend?
I would suggest a Tungnath. Tungnath is a temple. I mean, it's the highest Shiv temple in Uttarakhand. And I don't know Uttarakhand or Himachal, but it's in the northern side of the country. And I have been to that place. Eventually, when I trekked across, like we started our trek at 3 a.m. in the morning and we reached at 7 a.m. like after 5-6 hours, and we found that temple to be closed. So, so I really want the person who is going to for Tungnath trek to first inquire that whether the temple is open or not. And it's a very difficult trek also because of the snow and everything. It's the highest, one of the highest peak. So once you reach Tungnath, then there's Chandrashila Peak where Ye Jawani Hai Diwani shooting happened. So these are the things like these. They were the very beautiful memories which I really came across.
Wow. Tea or coffee?
Uh, both, sir, both, but tea preferably.
Let's raise a toast.
Cheers, sir. Cheers.
Okay. You're a morning person or night?
Night person, sir. No morning person. I love my sleeping. No doubt about this. No doubt. My seniors are. I mean, it's not just my current seniors. My past seniors are also very like they always used to say, "Ayush, please time pe aa jaao office. Please time pe aa jaao." So they are so afraid of these facts, sir. Like
So have you missed
I'm
any flight, train, something has happened
no,
because of
no,
sleep?
that way, touchwood, sir, I have never done that way. But yes, in case I know that there's nothing like where monetary angle because obviously in flight and tickets, obviously we have to buy those tickets. So there's a monetary angle which is involved. So in case if I'm in mind that there's nothing monetary which is involved, so I'll be pretty much chill because I don't know what happens in me for me in the morning. You can wake me up till 5 a.m. in the morning. I'll be very pretty much fine, like entire night person. But you ask me sleep by 11 and then wake up at 5. I'm sorry. No matter what it is, I'll sleep.
Wow. So Ayush, you get this book will be autographed and will be delivered to your address.
Thank you so
Do
much,
go
sir.
through and share your inputs.
Thank you
So
so much, sir.
friends, it was a lovely conversation on a Saturday afternoon we had with Ayush, discovering his passion for arbitration and how you want to be a number one arbitration lawyer in India. His food journey for street food, discovering Delhi, then travel experience, trekking, so many things. Watch the episode. We'll come to know about arbitration. What are different aspects of arbitration law? This is the episode which you'll get a lot of insights. Watch this episode on the Coffee Conversation Show, which will be available uh, soon. There are over 180 plus episodes on our YouTube channel, the Coffee Conversation Show. If you want to be a guest speaker, visit our website, theemergingindiaforum.com, fill in the form, our team will connect with you. Enjoy your weekend, and any food dish you like, please put in the comments and we'll add to our list to go and have it anywhere in India. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for inviting me, sir.